What is going on, guys? We are out here today in the sunny outdoors with our favorite snake, Miss Luna, and I wanted to give her the chance to experience outside a little bit because we're from up north where they can't really go outside at all, and we were in an apartment, so they definitely couldn't go outside at all. So I just want to give her the chance to slither around in the sun, get some sun, which I'm sure will be healthy for her as well. And the temperature is perfect. It's nice and hot, nice and humid. So I just want to give her the chance to explore and see if she enjoys it and what she does. Maybe that tree would be good for her to climb a little bit. I want to see if she climbs. She is getting to the age where she's getting a little bit beefier, so she's going to stop climbing as much and be a little bit more terrestrial, but I just want to see if she likes being outside and what she does. So let's let her just hang out for a minute. We'll sit under this tree with her, let her do her thing. That's one of the really cool benefits of being down here in Florida, is that for the majority of the year, really the whole year, because these guys are pretty cold tolerant, you can take your animals outside on a walk, if you will, and let them hang out. So I want to see kind of the stuff that she does. I want to see if she seems to enjoy it or not. That's really cool how that patterning sort of is blending in a little bit. You could see how if this tree was a little bit darker, she would blend in super well, maybe if there were some fallen leaves or something. But interesting thing about these guys, excuse the wind, is that they are from Argentina, which is why they're called Argentine boas. And if you flipped the like how south they are below the equator, above the equator, they'd actually be from regions north of California if you equated it to the United States. So they're from areas that actually get pretty cold, which means that they are very cold tolerant animals, especially for boas. They are the most cold tolerant boa in the world, which is pretty awesome. She's looking absolutely beautiful in the sun. I don't know if she's getting annoyed at the camera. Her wild side is coming out a little bit, I think, maybe from the sunlight, but this is pretty cool stuff. Look how beautiful she is. She's just so gorgeous. She is, in my opinion, my most personable and intelligent snake, which to me makes me feel like she enjoys being out a little bit more than the other ones do. I kind of feel the same way about my Eastern Indigo, who's sadly not with us yet. He will be here soon when I get my permitting approved and all that good stuff, but she always seems to enjoy coming out, which is one of the reasons I wanted to do this with her. I feel like if I took my ball python out, he would just get stressed, where I think she would like it, but she is S-ing up, so I think she's kind of a little bit stressed with being out here. Like I said, this is a brand new environment for her, so she's never done this, so she's probably a little spooked, but I do like to give my animals the opportunity to live the lives that they deserve and that they're supposed to. So this is a pretty cool thing. You can see she's wrapped up around this branch. She's just such a beautiful, beautiful snake. So this is pretty cool. So I'm gonna try to position, I can't reach. I was gonna try to position the camera so you could see me and her at the same time. Maybe I can hang out like this. She's gonna make some moves here. So I don't know if you can see both of us here, but I'm just hanging near her. I hope she doesn't get too fussy when it's time to go back, because I don't feel like dealing with fussy Luna, which is something that happens sometimes, but with any more intelligent animal, you get more mood swings. At least that's the way I look at it. All my animals that seem to be the smartest have the most diversity in their moods and in like how they change over time. I think because they have more mental capacity to handle more sort of like moods and emotions and stuff like that, if that makes any sense. But she is just hanging out, doing what snakes do. Her coloration is just absolutely gorgeous. You can see these repeating patterns that go down her whole back, and as she gets older, you can see right now they're a little bit brown, and her white is a little bit gray, but as she gets older, the white will get whiter, the brown will actually get blacker. So she is going to continue to change over time. Each shed, she gets more vibrant. So like, it's basically like you're turning up the contrast. If you were editing a photo, that's what the equivalent would be. when they shed and get older. So just look at her head pattern, and then her tail is that lighter brown. It's just such a cool thing. I'm trying to get this to focus on her face. She is pretty cool. I was just trying to get Luna off the tree and she apparently really likes the tree, so I couldn't get her off. So I'm gonna let her hang out for a couple minutes here, and then we'll come back and we'll put her in the grass. I was standing over here and I saw these little fire ant people, which are all over here down in Florida, and they're really annoying. So now Luna's getting used to this. She's getting up in the leaves. Look at her, look how cool that is. It's so cool to like kind of see how they would act in the wild. She's very arboreal compared to what I expected. I didn't think she was gonna like the trees, but you can tell she likes the tree, and I tried to take her out and she fought me on it. So she normally is not afraid to let her opinion be known. So she definitely didn't want to come down. There's an ant right here. Is he gonna bite me? But yeah, we're gonna put her in the grass soon, see what she does, and then we'll give her some outside time and then hang out with her and put her back. So check in with you in a few. All right, we are back here. Luna is out. Whoa, Luna is out of the tree, and I want to see what she thinks about the grass. So I'm gonna go. I don't really know where to go for this. I don't know if there's a grassy area that's the best. I'm gonna go with shade so she doesn't get too hot. So here's her favorite tree. Just gonna put her down here. Look at those colors. See what happens. And let her kind of go where she wants and explore. I'll see if she enjoys being down here or if she gets stressed, and we will act accordingly. I'm just gonna sit in the grass with her. Hope that no fire ants are here. There really are a lot of fire ants in this area, so I'm trying to not get bit by them. A lot of bugs down in South Florida because it's hot, it's humid, and it's always hot, so they never die. So they just kind of last forever and always breed and do all that good stuff. So we are out here. She's just hanging out. She just likes being out here, I think, honestly. She looks very calm. Those are really slow tongue flicks, so generally snakes who flick their tongue kind of deliberately and slowly like that are more so investigating than they are panicking. Where if you see super fast tongue flicks, like for example, if you see tongue flicks that look like this kind of deliberate, like back and forth sort of thing, that generally is like an inquisitive sort of behavior, I would say. Whereas if you see tongue flicks that are like super fast and they look stressed, that's more of like an oh crap, like I need to get out of here sort of thing. So her body language and stuff right now seems to be pretty like exploratory, which is what I was hoping for and what I was hoping to enjoy with her. So I'm just gonna kind of let her peruse through the grass a little bit. It's really cool to see how they would act in the wild, since this part of the world is, you know, it's far away, but it's relatively similar to the kind of climate and landscape that you would get in the jungles of, you know, Argentina and South America and stuff. So it's pretty cool. You can see she just kind of blends right where that grass gets heavier and more like, you know, taller and more thick and stuff. She just kind of blends straight in. I'm never gonna do this without keeping my eye on her the entire time, because I do not want to lose her, and I will absolutely not lose her. But look how cool that is. You can see how she would just totally disappear. Like, look at this top part of her body. It's just almost completely invisible, which you wouldn't think would be the case because we're out here, the grass is green, she's black and white. You know what I mean? You wouldn't think that that would be tough to see, but you literally, if I was walking through the yard, there's no shot that I would see her. There's absolutely no chance. The only part that I can see clearly right now is this little bit of her, because it's in this kind of patchy area of grass. But look at her getting underneath the grass and then poking her head up. It's like a little forest for her to go through. I don't know if you guys can see her head right up in there, but she's like underneath the grass, like in a forest of grass, just kind of hanging out here, looking around, relaxing. It's just so cool and so awesome that I can bring her out here now, get her some real sunlight and all that sort of stuff, and eventually, hopefully, when she gets huge, I can build her an outdoor cage so she can do stuff like this all day long. That's the end goal. sort of the main thing that I really want to do, is to just get her a long-term outside thing once she's like 8-10 feet, because these snakes do get larger than normal boas. So standard boa imperators, which are like the common boas, females will normally top out around 8 feet. They can get larger. I've seen them up to 12 feet, and they can get really thick. I'm just gonna keep my eye on her. And then these guys, Argentine boas, which are a basically subspecies of boa constrictors. So it's boa constrictor occidentalis. These guys can push on average closer to 10 feet and get even larger than that in those kind of one-off scenarios. They're also heavier bodied, so their bodies do fill out more, and that's because they're a little bit more terrestrial than common boas. So they spend less time in the trees, so they don't have to be as nimble. They spend more time on the ground, so they're kind of thicker, because they don't need that, like I said, the agility to sort of climb stuff. So this is really cool. Now you can really see, you would not imagine there was a snake right here, and there definitely is a snake right here. So I'm gonna hang out with her for a little bit longer and just kind of enjoy this, and I will see you guys in the next one. I also just got monetized on YouTube, which is awesome. I would be doing this even if I wasn't monetized, because I love these animals and I want to share them, but it's super cool. And as a kid, when I used to watch all my favorite YouTubers, I never would have imagined that I would ever become a YouTube partner, but here we are. Super cool stuff. So if you guys are enjoying these videos, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.